is an application for developing a system head curve for Gorman-Rupp T6 pump with a piping system and a discharge valve. In the screen you'll see that you have the length of the pipe, the flow rate, diameter of the pipe, viscosity of the liquid, in this case water, the force of gravity. We've put in an inlet elevation of 7 feet and an outlet of 9.5. It calculates out the slope. You'll see that you can change this to feet and other values, and the same thing here, gallons per minute to liters per second to MGD. In this case we'll leave it at 1,000. You have a drop-down menu where you can select the type of pipe, and right now we have PVC, but you can see that you have all these other types of pipes that you can select as you would want. Okay, in this case we'll just leave this at PVC. The app will calculate out these values, and it will give you friction loss, the total head loss because you have a static head entered as well, the pressure across a control valve if there is one, and isolating valves also, as well as the total head loss is 33 feet, the static head is 2.5 feet, and the computed head loss including fittings and valves and friction is 28.78. Flow control valve, you can specific gravity of 1. You have a drop-down menu for the valve. In this case, these are red valves. You pick the size of the valve. This is 6 inch. It'll go and find out the C sub V value for it. You can enter the percent open on the valve, the number of valves, and it gives you the pressure drop. You have isolating valves as well. In this case, too. The C sub V is a default value that you can enter, and it tells you what the drop is across the isolating valves. You come down and you wind up with, excuse me, a system head curve for this. Now, in this particular case, we have the curves for the total loss, the friction loss, 1 pump, 2 pumps, and then with the 1 pump, we have different speeds, 750, 850, 950, and 1050. And of course, this was originally 1150 as the RPM, 20 horsepower. It goes down and shows you in this table what the flow rate would be and what the head rate, the head loss would be based on these different speeds. And also, you'd have the flow rate at 937 with the input curve and 1104 for 2 pumps. You can come down here and you can enter in the pump head and for the RPMs for the pump that you've chosen, and you can enter in the values so that you can plot these up. The C sub V for the selected isolating valves is given here. You come down and you got fittings, so you can configure your piping configuration according with number of valves and with default values for the losses. Flanges, whether the flanges are screwed. Then if you have a sump, you can put in here the sump rate, gallons per minute, and the elevations and discharge. It'll calculate out the number of fills and whether or not there's a net positive suction head and what it would be. And then you can come down here and say flow versus liquid depth for the T6 at the speed as the tank would fill. So this is your system head curve. It's fully automated, and you're allowed, you can change your pipe selection. In this case, if I were to go down here and change this, and let's just say we went to cast iron coated, and we solve it, it's automatically solving, and you'll see that now what's happened is the cast iron has given us a total head loss of 34 feet, and the friction loss went up to 29.9. So this is on your cloud. This will be available on a laptop as well.